Vintage Sound 93.1 FM, Tony Tone Show. Very excited to welcome this next guest on the MPW Digital TV Celebrity Hotline. They've gotten back together, the original lineup of Santana. The first time in 45 years, Santana IV, the new album, available Friday, April 15th. Please join me in welcoming the one and only Gregg Rolie. How are you?
I'm doing great. You?
I'm great. Thanks for taking the time this morning. I really appreciate it. And first of all,
Sure.
Congratulations on Santana IV. And I know it was a long road to get there, but we're a week and a day away from it coming out officially.
That's right. It's a cool record. The whole experience was very joyful. It's all like Carlos saying the same thing. So did Neil. So did Michael and Michael. It just was. Everybody said yes. It was, I guess the best way to put it was just time it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos and I had tried to do things in the past, and we got so far, but it was not to this magnitude. And when this idea came up, and I talked to him, I said, it's a great idea. He wanted to call it Santana IV because the band stopped at Santana III. Even Caravanserai was different from anything we had done prior. So it all made sense, and the first day we got together, it was the same. It was like riding a bicycle. Playing with these guys is just, we play off each other. You never forget it. So it just came out.
It's such a cool moment. So I had the pleasure to talk to Neil Schoen about a year and a half ago, and he kind of basically hinted that this was going to happen. So, Gregg, for you, who kind of orchestrated this reunion, so to speak? Was it Carlos? Was it everybody? Was it you?
No, it was definitely Neil. He called. This story is very simple for me. I was playing with Ringo in the Pacific Rim, and behind me was Carlos, and behind him was Journey, was Neil.
Right.
And we were chasing each other around the Pacific Rim, and Neil kept texting me saying, I've got this idea. I'm talking to Carlos and about getting the original group together and recording and going forward with it. And I said, I'll wait and talk to Carlos when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go right to the horse's mouth, as you would say. And I called him up, gave him a week to recover, and I gave him a call, and he said, yeah, that's what I want to do. Santana IV. We stopped at Santana III. I said, I'm in. That's it.
Wow.
I didn't want to do it on the Internet. There was a lot of, at the time, there was a lot of, on Facebook and things like that people were talking about. But it's like, let me talk to Carlos for real, and then I'll let you know. So that was it. And we took off. The first day of playing was amazing. And it was just the five of us. It was no timbales or bass, which we now have Carl Perazzo and Benny Refield from Carlos's band. Fantastic players, great guys. So the band is just terrific. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I know that everybody listening, Gregg, is excited to pick up Santana IV next Friday, April 15th at Amazon.com and iTunes. How would you describe the sound, Gregg, of the record as, and not to compare it to Santana III or some of the other stuff, but from what I've heard, it kind of fits into the vibe of what you guys captured all those years ago.
Yeah, it does, but it's still new.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's very eclectic. As our music was always kind of eclectic, and but it had, it's the same players, it had the same kind of tones to it, and we cover all areas and new ones, and so I don't know how to explain it. It's the same seven guys. What are you going to do? We're going to sound the way we sound, and we kind of took off from where we left off, and grew from there. And so it's perfect. It was, for me, it was a joyful experience. Mm-hmm. Glad it happened. No matter what happened, I had a great time doing this.
I'm so excited for you guys, and I know that there's plans for a couple shows with the original lineup together, and then some stuff with Journey, and
yeah. There's Madison Square Garden. We start there April 13th, and
wow.
And then Uncasville. I guess it's the Mohegan Sun Coliseum or whatever in Allentown, and that's all. I think that's 15 and 16. So
wow.
it's coming up quick.
Yeah, and you got to be ready, right? I mean, it's got to be so exciting, obviously, to have the hits that people know by heart and will sing along with, but then to be able to play some of the new stuff live, that's going to feel good, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, we did. We just recorded in Vegas. We recorded a DVD.
That's right.
And at House of Blues. And it was wild. It was really cool. The excitement level and the sheer volume, I must add, was amazing. I mean, it just the energy of it was so up. And it was great to play that. And it was the first time we got together to play live in, 35 years, 40 years, whatever it is.
Did you find yourself in that moment kind of taking a step back and looking around and thinking, man, I've known these guys for so long, and I mean, it's so great that was captured and it'll be available for folks to watch. But
I was kind of past that because we've been working on this for a couple of years, and so I was kind of past that. It's still amazing to me, and in the fact that it just happened, and the way it happened, and that it was a soulful experience and not something put on. We play. If you don't play music with your heart, you're not doing it. And that's exactly what happened. It's just we meant what we were playing, and so it's that simple.
Gregg, when you guys were at Woodstock in 1969, is there one word to describe that experience that you could share with us that's radio friendly?
One word? I forget. No, I don't think there's one word to express it.
Yeah.
And other than the fact that I had no idea what 500,000 people do. I can tell you one thing, and it takes more than one word, is that if you were played at Woodstock, you had a career. It was instantaneously would sell 500,000 albums. And so if you were there, something would happen. And for us, the whole thing took off. We played a music that nobody had ever heard before, at least not on the East Coast. And then, of course, people came from all over the world to that show.
Yeah.
And it set the stage for what happened with Santana. But it's one of the things about knowing the right people at the right time and being with the right people and the right band. And the stars have to align for it all to work.
Right. And what I've always appreciated about Santana and the work that you guys did and now have done again with Santana IV is that you've not been afraid to kind of just do what you want. And, I was playing Evil Ways earlier and No One to Depend On, and there's just so many different... I was saying on the radio, Gregg, that, this is music. You got to put headphones on to appreciate all the different things that are going on in the background, because you could miss something if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, well, it's the same. We're doing the same thing. It's really... And Carlos got better at it. It's like, talk about exploring. He said he's made this comment several times. He's committed professional suicide several times in his life. done exactly what you're not supposed to do. But it's always seemed he lands on his feet. And in this case, this was supposed to happen. Is all I can say. The way it came about and the experience that it was, and nobody knew what to think. And, let's get together and find out. And from the first day, it was obvious that we still play the way we play, but with different, better ideas maybe. I don't know, different for sure.
Well, I can tell you this, Gregg Rolie, we're pumped for Santana IV, available next Friday, April 15th, Amazon.com and iTunes. I want to thank you for the time. Congratulations on getting back with the boys. Can't wait to listen to the new record. And Gregg, this radio station is unique in the sense that we have local control of what we play. So when that album comes out, we could play the whole thing nonstop because we love Santana. So thank you.
That would be great. Thank you, Tony.
Have a great day, buddy, and good luck at Madison Square Garden. I'm sure that'll be a blast.
All right. Take care.
All right, Gregg. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.